Hello guys, Zeri here. So today I'm going to help you out how you can do a simple animation in After Effects. I am going to show you the basics of After Effects. You have the software interface on your screen. What I want you to do, open a new composition from here. Create a new composition. Okay, so the settings will be, you don't have to change anything. You don't have to create a video file size that would be 1920 by 1080 frame rate. Your video will be frame per second. Okay, now these are the frame rates. I'm going to go on 30 frames per second. When you come down here in the duration, let's make it 10 seconds. I'm going to go on 10 seconds. If you want to change the background color, you can. It depends on whatever you want to make it. Okay, I'm going to give that name a basic. This if you want to give a name, you can. We have got a composition. For a better understanding, I'm going to show you the interface, how it works. If you have any image, you can use as well. Right now, I will be using the logo. You just have to drag it into the software here in this panel. So there are some major basics you need to understand. This is called timeline. You set up your layers in this. If you are aware of Photoshop, you might know what I'm talking about. Before going down doing something, let me show you the tools just to give you a little idea of how we work in the software. Arrow, hand, zoom, camera, anchor point, shape, pen tool, text, brush, clone tool, eraser, puppet tool. Some of might you know, some are new to you because the software is new to you. Now puppet tool is basically used for the animation of character. What we are going to do now, I'm just going to make a simple animation for you to understand. If you come on this side, you can see that there are several panels here: audio, preview, effects, presets, text settings. Panels mostly you need to edit in projects, or effect controls you need to edit. Mostly you need them to work for your project. Just don't forget to work super efficiently. But before guys continuing, let me just tell you guys, just don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, press the bell icon and like the video. We are just going to have a small animation. Come down here, open this. You can see the transformation settings of individual layers. Now remember, these animations are made on frames the earlier I mentioned to you. You can see the transformation settings of the layer, right? And press here, put a keyframe. Now remember, do not click any elsewhere because you are following me what I'm telling you right now. 1 second has 30 frames, like earlier I told you to, I explained you 30 frames per second, right? Now on your keyboard, if you press page down, you will go forward as your timeline. This line you can see on your screen, it will go forward. So 10 frames, I will go 10 frames forward. And if you press page up on your keyboard, you will go backwards. Now it all depends on you. Okay, do the same now. Okay, so we have done this part. Now I'm going to have 10 frames a single animation part, so that I'm going to give a transition to the logo that I exported. These keyframes, the more they are close, your animation will be fast. The more distance you create, it will be slower. I'm going to show how to render it, but before, let's explain more. It depends on you, that whatever you want to make it. Just remove these keyframes if you have put them as well, because I was showing you how to put a keyframe here. Right click on your mouse, effects. These are the effects that can be used for all of them. I will use one of them right now to just show you how it works. Go in effects, transition, CC light white. You can apply it. Also, we as we did earlier, put a keyframe here. Make this 100%. Make this key 100% from here. Okay, and move forward. Now, if you press hold shift on your keyboard and press page down, you will go 10 frames forward. Because when you press page down, you will go only one key forward. With the shift, you will go 10 frames forward. Okay, and now we had put the key 100% key in the starting, and now after 10 frames we will put a keyframe 0% here, because our transition, that the effect we used, we want it to end it, right? So make sure you put a 0% in the after 10 frames. Now I want to use one more effect on it. Now this effect is mostly used. It is very common. You can see in the logos or in the ads. What really you do is you're gonna go in effects. These are all inbuilt effects. You can see on your screen that there are already in the After Effects. You'll go in effects, generate, CC light, sweep. This effect is very common. Now you can do the same as we did earlier. Put the keyframes here. Now in this keyframes work differently. You play with the core of the light. You can press, you can put a keyframe on the center, or on a direction, or beneath all the effects on that, simple effects that are beneath that. You can play with that, explore yourself, work. Now, a plus point that I want to tell you guys, that anchor point. What is anchor point? You can see that earlier I told you that anchor point is here. Anchor point is basically a point that basically tells you where your object or transformation starts, where you will start your animation on a certain object. And now if you want to change the anchor point, you can change the position of it by selecting this tool, anchor point tool, and you can do it as well. Want to make changes in the composition setting, you can make it shorter duration, or you can change the frame rate, 60 frames per second, 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second. It all depends on what you want to make it. Now I'm going to continue this basic understanding of After Effects in my another video, and I'm also going to show you how to render it. So stay tuned, guys.